Good morning. Glad I got a chance to spend some time with you today. Hope it'll be an encouragement to you. I hope you're getting ready for the weekend ahead. Looking at these principles of leadership, we come to a passage in which we see Nehemiah having to prepare for the unexpected, not sure when things are going to happen. Because when we read in Nehemiah chapter 4, we get down to verse 7 and it says, "But it came to pass when Sanballat, Tobiah, and the Arabians, and the Ammonites, and the Ashdodites heard that the wall of Jerusalem was made up, and the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth, very angry. And they conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem and hinder it." So the opposition went from making fun of it to all of and just speaking against it, to now the opposition is planning on physically fighting against Jerusalem, attacking Jerusalem. Now we need to see how Nehemiah responds. Now look at the next verse. "Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto God and set a watch against them day and night because of them." Now notice this. "Nevertheless, we made a prayer unto our God and set a watch against them day and night because of them." Now, what does this mean? What this means is Nehemiah understand that he had a part in doing what is necessary to protect Jerusalem. Great leaders prepare for the unexpected because it's unexpected because they don't know when the attack is going to come. They don't know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. So notice what Nehemiah did. Number one, Nehemiah prayed. He sought God's wisdom. He sought God's strength. He sought for God's protection. Then Nehemiah did his part. He set a watch day and night. He was vigilant. See, great leaders prepare for the unexpected. Great leaders watch and pray. They're ready because they realize they're in a spiritual warfare. It's not just a physical warfare. It's not just against flesh and blood, but it's against principalities and powers, against rulers of darkness in high places. We are in a spiritual battle, and we prepare spiritually. First, we go to the Lord, and then secondly, we do our part by watching and praying. We do our part. Great leaders prepare for the unexpected. Reminds me of what the Lord tells us to do in the last days. Watch and pray. How much the church needs to be awake today. How much leaders, spiritual leaders, need to wake up and to realize that we're fighting a spiritual battle. We need to be ready. Let's watch and pray. How do we watch? Number one, we're in God's Word. We understand God's Word. We apply it to hearts and our lives. We're vigilant. We don't allow things of this world to so distract us that we are in like a coma, just going through life needlessly. But we're watching and praying. I hope you have a great weekend. Hope you're in church this Sunday, worshiping the Lord. I also want to share with you that in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be putting out a podcast. And hopefully this podcast, we're going to go through the book of Revelations. We're going to look at Revelation and we're going to study it so that we can understand what's going to happen in the last days and where we are today. It'll be a couple of weeks and I'll be beginning a podcast. It'll probably be twice a week. If you're interested in that, send me an email and I'll be glad to send you a link to it. I hope you have a great weekend. Be in church Sunday, worshiping the Lord. I'll see you on Monday.